Welcome and good day, everyone. It's John the Net Guy. This is show number 420. It means it's the 20th show of this year. Very excited to be here. I've got a bunch of really cool products, 8 of them, in fact, today. Some stuff for your gaming, which I've had a lot of fun with this week. We got a follow-up of a product that we had on a couple weeks ago because I was finally able to get it in here and test it. I've got a bunch of interesting stuff for RVs. So the company sent out 4 different RV related products, but I did want to start the show off by asking if my audio sounds good. So I'm going to go here into the chat and see if our favorite people are here. Hey, we got a couple people here. Randy's in first. Eyes purple crying. Hey, Randy, good to see you. And Jonathan Talks Hardware. You let somebody beat you into the the queue there. Good to see you guys all. Jonathan is a YouTuber as well, a tech creator. He's editing some videos right now. That's, I guess, what RN means, right? All the cool kids talking in their slang. Aaron's here, says, sounds great. Randy says, a little bit of echo. I'm going to check here. Okay, well, we'll have to play with that a little bit here. Trying a new microphone solution, so hopefully everything's going to be good. We're going to kick it off today with a product that we've actually had on here before. It's too big to actually be in the studio right now, so I have to pull up some video of it and I'm going to show it, but it is related to some of the things. First things first, though, this guy back here, really good looking guy. I've got to hit start streaming and hit yes, so that can go get all of our Amazon folks in here, and then I got to use my phone to let the Amazon people in. If this is your first time here, most of you already know this, but I am running live on Amazon. There's a little URL that should pop up here. There it is, down below. And that is my Amazon storefront. I earn a single-digit commission, low single-digit commission, off many of the items that you're going to see on here today. I'll let you know the ones that were sponsored as well as the ones that I purchased myself because I like to bring cool stuff. I'm going to hit go live, and we're going to let the Amazonians in here. If you are watching on Amazon, welcome. Good to see you. You're going to see on this side a carousel of products. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, or any of the other ones, it's actually in the video description. It's got a list of our products. Those are affiliate links, FTC disclosure. That gets you to my store as well, and then you can purchase the products if you decide to. I'll let you know all of the products today actually tested really well. I'm going to go here on my computer and show you what you get to when you visit that website. You're going to see something that looks like this, and you're going to see the show 420, and there's all of our products. This product from X Rhinorth is actually a racing wheel stand and simulator. I finally got to put this thing together, and it is super cool. So I'm very excited to share this with you guys. Now, I'm not a big car racing guy. So they said, hey, can you throw us a, kind of an assembly video, maybe an unboxing? I said, absolutely. And I tried to do that the other day live on the show, and there were so many screws that I didn't want to screw it up. But you know what? Honestly, it went so fast putting this thing together, I probably could have done it live. What I did do for you guys, though, is I actually recorded putting the assembly together. So we're going to switch over to that now. I'm going to let you guys see exactly how long it takes. I've sped it up, I think, 4 or 8 speed here, but it's only about 10 minutes to really put everything together here. And this is going to be the key to the next product that's coming up. So I wanted to do some flight simulator work. I'm not a big car racing guy, but I love flight simulators. So the way that this thing works is it's got a plate there for your rudder pedals or your foot pedals if you're doing car racing. It's got a plate that goes on top there for your steering wheel controls, and it's going to work with all your Logitech stuff. Also happens to work with the Logitech Flight Yoke that's coming up, as well as it has a shifter handle, which I'm going to do right here. So I'm going ahead and putting this shifter bracket in. All of this is really heavy-duty metal. I know a lot of you guys that are desk jockeys like to fly your desk. I actually took this upstairs on our 77-inch OLED, and it was such an amazing experience that this just worked out great. I could use it with a standard office chair. You can see there it's height adjustable to really any height. That's a really cool thing about it, is if you have a younger kid that wants to use it, you can do it with that. If you're a bigger guy like me, we'll come back over here, you can actually adjust it and set it up any way you want. And then it actually has in the instructions templates for different types of steering wheels, different brands, different models. It's going to work with your Xbox. It's going to work with your PC units. So that's pretty slick. And oh, Rare's checking in. Good to see you, Rare. Haven't been able to watch the stream, he says. So good to have you here tonight. So that is the very first product. And the way I do this is I tap on it here and I say, hey, everyone. So we should be live on that page if we're on Amazon right now. And that is from the X Rhinorth company. I'll bring that back up here on Amazon just so you can get a little closer view of it. So $119 right now, but there is a discount on it. If you log in with Prime, you can actually get a much better deal on it. You get it for $101 plus an additional 5% off. So there's a sale on it right now. And then you can see all the different things that it works with. Really, it's ideal for a racing simulator steering system, but you can use it with any of the technology that you want there. So bringing you guys back here, I'm going to show you how I used it with our next product because we're moving right along here. This is the Logitech Flight Yoke I've got right here. So now Saytech and Logitech, I'm thinking Logitech bought them, both make this model. So if you've seen it branded as Saytech before, it is a flight yoke system. And what I have marked on the carousel right now is the included flight controls. So it's going to have a throttle, a mixture, as well as a propeller. That's what the blue one here is, propeller. So that's going to adjust your complex, multi-speed props. So you can feather your props if you're simulating an engine out. What's neat about this system is it's going to have 75 programmable buttons. So if you're into flight simulators, the closer you can get to a more realistic flight simulator, the better. And having realistic looking flight controls that operate very similarly is great. It's very easy to use. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Actually, I'm going to show you on the top down first up close what this looks like before I install it. So there is your throttle quadrant, and there's a couple ways that you can mount this. This bottom unit, they've done a great job here, has 4 screws, and you can mount it on the back side. So if you want to mount this thing flat on the desk, you can do that. If you want to mount it in an upright angle on your desk, you can do that as well. So very slick little system. I'm also going to take you guys over here and let you see the front of this. Now it has different mode settings, and unfortunately, I don't think my camera is going to pick up the timer that it has, but it's got a built-in timer. As a pilot, which I am, I can tell you keeping track of time in the air for fuel burn and all that other stuff is critically important. Has a built-in timer here. Also has a rolling mode switch here on the right side of the yoke. So you can roll this to different button configurations. So if you have different planes, maybe you can set it up certain ways, or if you want to multi-map the buttons, you can do that. So there's software that comes with it, which is great. It doesn't have adjustable throw, but you can see it's actually going to send itself back. So it operates very similar to the yoke on a Cessna or on a larger airplane. It has a hat switch. My Cessnas did not have that. It does have some trim controls on the yoke, which is amazing. So if you're really trying to do flight simulator, when we're taking off on an airplane, we almost immediately trim the airplane for the climb rate, trim the airplane for the descent, trim the airplane for straight and level flight. So having that available right on the yoke is huge. Big red button to make calls with. That's really cool. If you want to use this as kind of a fighter stick, it does have button triggers on the inside that you can use. So lots of really cool features. I'm actually going to show it to you live today. So I've got some video I can show you that's some fun stuff with the kids that we did, but I'm going to go ahead and set this up right now. And I'm going to hook it on here. Now it does come with a table clamp, which is removable depending on how you want to attach this. Very simple to attach. You just slide it in here and you slide it over whatever thickness table you have. Or if you have from our last product, maybe you've seen the last product that we had that was the racing stand, you can use it with that. So taking a quick look real quick. Jonathan says, I don't see you're live on Amazon. Oh, it says I'm live here. I wouldn't put it past Amazon to have some weird stuff. Now, what's funny, I don't know if you guys have seen my sign up here before, but it's actually connected to this PC. And I just also happen to be right now in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I can play this on this 55-inch TV. So we're going to open up a Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm actually going to try to fly this, but I don't know if I can fly it backwards. I'm just going to show you how the basic controls work, but then I'll show you the video of me using it upstairs on a really big TV. So this is actually playing on my gaming PC back here. This will work with Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's going to work with Microsoft Combat Simulator. It's going to work with X-Plane. So if you're looking for something very, very popular and very well supported because of that popularity. So we got Top Gun Mavericks here. I've got a low altitude challenge. I don't have the sound going, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But let's see if this thing can fly. Now, I can immediately pull up and down. I can use the buttons on here to change the view. Now I've got an external view, right? I can use the throttle to adjust my throttle. I can use the heads-up display to start looking around. So I'm using the hat button here. So I'm looking all around here. So later after the show, I would put this on the other side and I would be able to fly, and I'd even be able to put my instruments down on this lower monitor here. Now, this isn't going to have rudder controls. That's not included in this. There is a version from Logitech, the G Pro series, that includes that, that's available on the Amazon link. So if you want to check that out. And I noticed I picked an all white background here for this, but you can see the airplane flying around there. You can adjust flap settings. Oh no, I'm inverted. Okay, I crashed. But you can adjust flap settings here, mixture settings, engines, like I said to you earlier. You can do all the trim settings. Very, very useful and very entertaining system. We've got some friends of the show checking in. Hey, Jim, checking in on the Facebook side. Good to see you. I am broadcasting on a million different places right now. So we were looking at this. This is from Logitech / Saytech was the prior one. One thing I'll say is this little tiny piece that fits on here, the shoe, that does get lost pretty often, I was reading, but you can 3D print a new one if you're so inclined. So I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull up an actual video of me using it with the kids because I think it's really cool. So here is just a really brief demo of me using it with that simulator stand upstairs and flying around. It was actually really cool. Had a great time using this. My youngest, Maverick, by the way, there's a pilot name in there. He had a blast with this thing. And again, because that stand is adjustable, because this thing is so easy and approachable, he was able to fly it no problem. So there you go. So yeah, that's how it works. Very simple, easy to set up, easy to learn, and there's no programming that you have to do right out of the box. I plug this in and it is immediately recognized by the flight simulator. So you don't have to wait to go through and change a million different settings. It instantly works. I'm going to go ahead and log us out of the flight sim. Put my show logo back up there. Here we go. And we are going to move on through our product list here because we've got a lot of really cool stuff coming. One of the things that would have been nice for this simulator station is actually our next product that's coming up. I'm going to move these down here out of the way. We're going to pull that product up. And that is a rolling monitor cart. Now, these guys, Bondtech, reached out and asked if I'd be interested in showing this. I said, it's actually kind of hard to show larger stuff, especially stuff like this that could work well in an office environment or a home environment. Yeah, especially in this view. So there it is right there. It has a plate that's adjustable up and down to hold your PC, a media player device. And then it's got a traditional monitor mount up here. So you could actually mount one of your monitors. You could Visa mount maybe a simulator display. Let me show you over here real quick what that might look like. So in my simulator area that I was showing here, I could actually put, instead of a TV, I could actually put this monitor stand up there earlier. There's Maverick. He's watching us download the game here. So yeah, I have a video of assembling this upstairs where there was a lot more room. I'm 6 feet, so the top of this is maybe around 5 feet, maybe 4'10", I would say, somewhere around here. So the Visa mounting is up to a 400 millimeter base. Now it says it's good for 60 inches. Let me show you real quick. I'll take this off so it doesn't fall. I'll show you how the feet work on it. So it's a cantilevered design. I'm trying not to hit my overhead camera. I'll put this down. So there's the feet. That's how they work. So that's how it's keeping the TV from falling forward, or the monitor that you attach to this is this cantilever design. Very easy to assemble. I'm going to show you that video right now of how it was put together. This would work really well. We actually use these at our church. We have a TV cart that we can roll in. If you think of like the old high school days, we used to have the large CRT that they would roll in. I know I'm dating myself, but this has gotten a lot easier. I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. Again, from Bondtech, 23 to 60 inch TV stand. Here's the assembly video of it real fast so you can see how quick it goes together. I'm going to check the chat. Jim Batter said things have changed since the original flight sim. That is absolutely true. Okay, so here we go. I'm assembling the unit. Very easy to get all of the parts out. What's interesting is how much fits in this little tiny box. So it arrives in a very small box. One of the things that you'll notice is all of the tools in here, that includes a Allen wrench and everything you need, are numbered, and you use the screws in order of their number. So start with the, I think it's 14, 13, 12, 10. So work your way down through there, and they're all going to be in exactly that order. Very easily, just put the rolling casters, they're locking caster feet, put those on here on the base. Very simple to start out with. So it's going to have a 4-wheel base, and those, again, you can lock to keep it from moving. I'm looking through the list trying to figure out, the instructions were super easy to follow, but if you follow this video, you're going to be able to do okay. So you're going to put those feet on, and then you're going to use the screws that are coming with that. Now, the bottom attaches here, and through the bottom, they actually have a screw that's going to hold it in. So you can't put this in backwards. I was worried about that. It actually is going to show you how to do that. And then you put a screw in the bottom of it to hold this together so it's not going to fall out. So you see how it's 2 pieces now. When you hook it together, it'll actually stay together here in a second. All of those pieces link together. The top one has a plastic cap at the top, so you know it's the top one. The bottom has a screw hole, so you know it's the bottom one. So that's how I put it together. Very quickly, as you can see here, I think this took less than 15 minutes to throw together for you, even on super speed here. Very easy to set up. This could be really cool if you're doing a presentation, maybe for the kids for school, if they're doing some sort of fair. I could see this definitely in an educational setting. Now, I decided to put this plate on pretty high because I wanted to put maybe a computer or small laptop on it, but I flipped it around because that top plate that they have here for mounting the monitor is actually pretty tall. So this doesn't get incredibly high. They say you could use a 60-inch with it. There's that plate for mounting your monitor, just like a regular TV bracket would be. So I spun that around, but you could lower that other plate back there if you wanted to, even further down. They have some pictures of it that way. So again, this is from Bondtech. Price on this one right now is, normally it's $63. It's almost 40% off. So I like to bring you things when they're on sale. This one happens to be on sale. You can get it for $39 right now. So if you think this would be good in your simulator, that would work. Oh, Randy's saying I'm not running on Amazon Live. That's interesting. Well, you know, that is what it is. It says I have 7 people watching on Amazon Live. So not sure the situation there. Again, so I want to thank Bondtech for sending this out. That was the quick assembly version. It does have 2 different heights that you can set this to. So you can go up with a taller setting, or you can set it to a little bit lower of a setting here. And it does have a safety retention, which is going to hold that. Like I said, I don't know if I would put a full 60-inch television on it, but it definitely would work good if you've got a smaller monitor, or maybe you want to do some side monitors for a sim rig that's movable. You could totally do it with that. So thank Bondtech for sending that out for a fair and honest review. We're now on to some of the fun products. Now, we've got an RV. We've been doing some camping this year. I've had some boat trouble. I'll tell you all about that in a future show. But we've been doing a little bit more RV camping. And one of the things you have to worry about with RVs, travel trailers, anything like that, is theft. So this device is actually an RV anti-theft shackle. I'll go ahead and open it up for you. This is from Go Clean. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the top view so you can see it. Very heavy, 7.1 pounds, all steel construction, steel and manganese, they say. That's how the coupler works. It's got a little bit of marking on it because I actually played around with it a little earlier. I'm going to show you. Very easy to use. It's got a drain hole right there. The key on this, you can see, is a very complex, hard to pick key. That's the important thing. And you can slide this brass shackle out, and then the shackle drops down out of the coupler. So when you're trying to secure an RV, it's incredibly hard to keep people from just pulling up, connecting on, and going. Most of the time, they're going to be able to grind away even hardened locks. They can use a grinding wheel on them. If it's not a hardened shackle, you can use cutters on them. This has a design that is inherently difficult, not impossible, but difficult to break. So what I mean by that is that this lock actually slides in and engages. There's no external components to this lock. You see how there's nothing to cut. And even if you tried to cut this bottom, it stays in and stays engaged. Again, manganese construction, you're not going to be able to grind this away. I'm going to show you on our RV how that works. And I'm very excited to go put this back on because I didn't have a good working hitch. This will work for your RVs or your boats. I'll show you here real quick how quick and easy it is to install. I didn't have to speed this one up at all because literally you just take it, you lower that coupler down, and there's the key to open the lock. You can hear it. Slide it right over there and then push it up. Now this is going to work with 1 7/8, 2 inch, 2 5/16, and most coupler styles are supported by this. I just go ahead and kick it a couple times because this ain't going anywhere. The steel is very thick. It is, again, got some anti-theft features to prevent grinding, and they have two colors. They have a black, and then they have this bright orange. I highly recommend the bright orange because it's a theft deterrent device. So if we're trying to deter theft, you want people to see this. So I can't say that, Randy. You know that. So this one, again, is from Go Clean. This I'm going to go ahead and mark on Amazon. It's available right now. These things are not cheap normally, especially not the quality ones. The cheaper ones that are very easy to just pry off or damage, they're cheaper. But this one is available right now. It's normally $120. It's 25% off, so it's $90, $89.99. We're going to go over to the Amazon page here, and we're going to go ahead and see what the reviews look like. So this is from Gocian. So I've been calling it Go Clean because it looked like an L. So Gocian. It's got $10 off plus a $5 promo code. And when you're in Prime, I'm not logged into Prime, it starts at 100. So again, I think you can actually get it down as low as 85. Very simple design, easy to use, very easy to close, just to push in. You could put this on in seconds and take it off in seconds. So that's important too. Throw the keys here on your tow vehicle so you have them with you. And there's the inside design. I just wanted to show you guys that again. This is how it engages the coupler and makes it so secure, is because they can't get to that, which is important here. It is going to work, like I said, with all of those different size hitches, no problem. I've used it here on the 2 5/16, the largest size, so it fit that. So it should fit the rest of them a-okay. So I want to again thank them for sending this one out for a fair and honest demo. I'm going to go ahead and put this back because I'm going to go run that thing out a little bit later today. I'm very excited about protecting my RV. If you're in the Washington, Oregon area, RV theft has become a huge issue, travel trailers especially. And there's a licensing issue with how Oregon titles and doesn't title and license their trailers. So it's very easy to have one get stolen and not be able to get it back down in Oregon. So pretty sad. We're going to look at the next product up here. This is from Gocian as well. I'm going to bring you guys in, and we're going to do a quick unbox of it. It is an RV surge protector. Now, I've shown you some other styles before. I like this one because it's very simple, easy to use. You don't need a phone to set it up or anything like that. And it's got a really easy to read gauge here to show you the power. But not only that, I like this weatherproof cover. So it's going to keep this all covered. But it's going to have a very easy to read green or red. So it's either connected and working or it's not. You don't have to decipher different lights. So if you see green, everything's wired, everything looks good. If you see other colors in there, it's something you're going to need to take a look at. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this into power just to show you what it looks like. Now, because I don't have a TT30, this is designed for your 30 amp. They also make one for your 50 amp RVs. So if you got a 50 amp RV, you're not out of luck. They've got 2 other products coming up today too, by the way. So stick around. This company has a lot of really cool RV products coming out. I'm going to use my TT30 adapter here to get it to the NEMA connection. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, and you're going to get to see. Now, I'm going to have to move this around. Very heavy duty. There we go. So you're going to get to see it light up here, and instantly it's going to show the voltage of 120 volts. Hopefully you guys can see that. Sometimes it shows good, sometimes it doesn't on the screen. Let's go ahead and try you guys on this side. So you can see that 121 volts, and I've got a green light. If there was a problem with my wiring in here, I would have a red light, and I'd know to stop and not hook my RV to the next spot. 10,000 joules surge protection, so that's pretty slick. That's going to prevent your RV electrical system from getting damaged. A lot of these parks go undervolt, they have surges, they have all sorts of issues. So that was really easy to use here in the shop. I actually did go out and I tested it with the RV. It works fantastic. I'm going to pull that up real quick as I get the Amazon video up on it here. And here is the surge protector. So this is where we park our RV. Now this is going to work at your home as well as an RV park. Now I go ahead and I have a 120 volt connection here, and it's going to work with your 120 volt, 15 amp, 20 amp, or a full 30 amp like an RV park. And like I said earlier, they do make a 50 amp version of this. It's designed to hang down out of a pedestal. Mine is pretty low here. So you see, I'm going to bring my adapter out because I have to use that adapter with it, just like I did here. I'm going to go ahead and plug that adapter in. Now, in the sun with this camera, it's going to be hard to read, but it actually does read 121 volts out there, and it gives me a green light, so I'm good to go. Very easily then, once you see the green light, go ahead and plug your RV in, and it handled whatever summer loads I have here on our RV. It worked pretty well. So that's from Gosien. This is their RV surge protector. This one is available right now for just 49 bucks, so under $50. If you've looked at the price on these before, they're not super cheap. I'm going to go ahead and pull up real quick on Amazon, the Amazon page for this one. These can get incredibly expensive. This one's available for $49 on Prime right now for the 30 amp version, and it's available for $80 if you want the 50 amp. Now you can see here it's got the upgraded waterproof cover. It's going to have the voltage information here. It's going to tell you if things are not hooked up and what air number it is. In my case, everything's wired correctly, so everything worked out. Very easy to use, and that is normally how it would install. So I kind of like this all-in-one unit. I do think that it might be interesting to where I'm going to put this. So storage of this, if I had maybe a bag that came with it, that would be nice. But overall, for the price, can't be beat. So that was from Gosien. That is their RV portable surge protector. Very good to have. Especially, we're coming out of the summer now, we're going into the winter. It's actually an interesting time to buy RV accessories. I'd love to buy all these before the season so I would have them, but now having them is better now than never, right? Especially if you're looking at something to maybe organize things in your RV. I'm going to pull out the next product. Again, you guessed it, same company. These are 4 bags. Now, these bags are labeled with what's inside each of them, and they're for RV or even boats. I'm actually going to use, I think, this with my boat. This one stores all of your different cables. So this one is my electric cable. So it says electric right here. Also has one for fresh water. So this is the fresh water cable. And guess what? We saved the ugly one for last, but I didn't use this one yet. This is dirty water. So what are all these for? Well, this is for RV cable storage. Now, this is available on Amazon right now. It is a 4-pack of labeled bags. They're waterproof when needed. The one that is freshwater here is actually ventilated. The one that's electrical is covered with this clear plastic, so it's going to keep water out. The one for dirty water also has that plastic. And the one for accessories, I was looking at it, I was like, did they print that upside down? Well, no. This is an accessory one, so you can put all of your, tire covers or other things in here, but it's also ventilated, but it's ventilated on the bottom so it can drain out if there are any issues. A couple other interesting things that come with it before I show you what's inside. I just happen to put it in the accessory one. This also includes 4 Velcro cable loops. So the neat thing about this is if you want to loop your cables, you can loop around them. And it even includes a convenience hook here. So you can go ahead and hook this, it swivels. You can hook this onto a wall. Maybe you're done for the season and you want to put that away. Now, I've actually used these. I'm going to move this out of the way and show you on the top down how this works. So for my fresh water, give you guys a little bit wider view here. So this is my freshwater cable. This is actually a 20-foot cable that's in here. So this thing has plenty of storage. It's very large if they need to be. So I could go out here and very easily add, another entire spool. I could throw a couple filters in here. But this is how that attachment works that I was showing and talking to you guys about earlier. So I was able to loop this. This is the first time ever, and that's why I'm excited, that I've ever had my water hose not either connected to itself, which causes mildew and everything in here, it can't dry out, or just looped around and then it gets tangled. So by using the convenient included straps, I'm able to tie these things up and then put them away. And then I can throw this in the under bed storage. That's one of the things I use bins right now, because if these are wet or have any other issues, they could leak out. Well, this is going to be water resistant, so it's going to hold everything in. Same situation over here. I happen to have for my black water hose a bumper that takes that hose, but I can use this for anything else. So I'm excited about that next year. This I'm really excited for my boat. A lot of RVs are going to a combined shore power connector. It's I think we're going to see it coming up here, the exact number, but it's a 30 amp shore power. Now this is a 30 amp shore power cord. I'm using 2 of those because it's heavy duty enough that it was going to slip around. So again, that's holding up probably a 15-pound cable there, but a very good way of storing your reeled up hoses, and then you put them in here and they can't tangle or get wrapped around stuff. So I'm excited about using this one. Again, available right now for $40, so less than $10 a bag with the accessories that it has, $39.99 I think, which you're getting. And then you can have some clean storage. I'm gonna go ahead and check on Amazon real quick for the Amazon page, give you guys a little bit better view. Again, this was a sponsored product. They sent this out for a fair and honest demo. There's all 4 of them. My wife walked in when she saw these getting ready for the show, and she's like, those things are cool. And my whole family RVs, and I can't wait to show them this. So you could be the coolest guy in the RV park pulling up with this, having all your stuff clean and ready. So in this case, they've got a double zipper design, they're saying here, and durable and tidiness. They're saying that they're waterproof when needed. Again, the tops of some of these are ventilated to make sure the water can come out. But overall, like the dirty water one is there. And then this is going to make it a lot more organized under your RV storage and a lot easier to say, hey, just go grab me the yellow bag, not hunting through a bunch of different bins or other things. So if I know that the yellow bag is electric, I can tell my kids, hey, go grab me the blue bag, go grab me the yellow bag. So the color coordinated is pretty sweet. So I want to thank those guys for sending these out for a fair and honest demo. And we're going through the products quickly. There is one more product from, again, same company. And then we're going to get to the last product of the night. Again, very quick show today. Going through 8 products pretty quickly. And this is from the same company. This is a Shore Power to NEMA 15 adapter. So what does that mean? Well, if you're an RV user, or even this works with boats, a lot of the new boats are going to this Shore Power style connector. And that's what actually I had in the yellow bag. So if I want to connect my RV when I get home, I don't have to run that very large extension cord that I already put away. This will plug directly into the side of your RV. And I think this will actually even have it. So this is an L530R. So R stands for receptacle. And this is going to be the NEMA 15P. This is an N515P. So that's the plug side versus receptacle. So you can run a regular extension cord to this to your RV. You put this in. Now this is a gasketed weatherproof locking connector. So you don't have to worry about this falling out of your RV. Now this one is engaged. It's actually set up so you can put this in and lock it. It's a twist lock. So you lock that into the side of your RV. You twist this to make a weatherproof seal on the outside of your RV, which I'm going to show you. It's got some warning labels. And then you plug this into your extension cord. Now, maybe this might be a little bit backwards, but if you're like me with my boat has this connector up top on the foredeck, but I didn't have enough room to where it was mounted to actually lock this and engage it. So I did a little bit different. I took the cable that I had, the extension cord, I plugged this into the wall, and I plugged because you can chain these together, I plugged the end of the Shore Power cord in here and the other end of the Shore Power, the receptacle, into the boat, and it charged there. So you can use this on either end, whether you're using it at the RV side or at the wall side. Now, I'm going to show you on Amazon some of their pictures because they can show it a lot better than I can demo this inside here. But there's the unit. It is under $20 right now. If you're looking for something It's always good to have extra of these on hand. I can't tell you how many RV people you get out there, and I've lost my TT30 adapter all the time. So it's nice to have another adapter. I've even lost the one for my boat before. And then looking like a 3x10 gauge. That's going to handle a lot more than just the 15 amps that are limited by the plug type here. And there's the different plugs. I'm going to show you one of their pictures, and this is exactly how they intend for you to use it, is to connect it to the side of your RV if it has one of these NEMA 530R plugs, and you'll know it's a shore power plug. So if you have that, you can go ahead and plug this into a regular extension cord, and you can keep your batteries topped off. If my solar's not doing it, this is going to do it for me. So that is, again, from the Gosian company. That is the last product they sent me. Again, this worked really well. I've been using it for about a week with my boat. No complaints. And actually, it's holding up. It's been outdoors. A little dirt here and there, but it's holding up really well. We are on to our last product already. Now, I know this is going to be like a record for products shown in one show. And this is a product that I used over the summer with our kids. And this is from Baofeng. If you guys know the name already, you know how awesome these guys are. I'm a ham radio user from back when I was, I think, 14. I got my ham radio license. Before I could even drive a car, I was able to use ham radios, amateur radios. I'm KC7EQS, by the way, for anybody that's on there. Baofeng disrupted the entire market when it came to amateur radios, because handheld amateur radios historically have been incredibly expensive, and they haven't been durable. They've been, from a few manufacturers, they've been hundreds and hundreds of dollars. These ones have come in. This one, and I can't tell it on the Amazon video, but I can tell you what it is right now. This is a $29 dual band amateur radio and more, and so much more. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. So this is the BF21 user's manual. I don't know how much you're going to need the manual. If you have your ham radio license, everything comes out naturally. This is a weather radio also. It is a GPRS and FRS, family radio service. So it can be used for a lot of that. As far as business use, that's a whole nother question. But I did go to a nonprofit that was actually using these. They've probably had hundreds of these radios, because at $29, they're an amazing deal. Now, they made some improvements on the prior Baofeng radios I've had, and I wanted to show those to you real quick. I'm just going through the unbox here. Now, mine came with two antennas. I have these two different antennas that can go with it. It's going to have a carry strap. It's going to have this little screwdriver if you want to put, which I did, this back belt clip on. It doesn't come with the belt clip attached normally, but I added the belt clip because why not? Who would not want to use this? And if you haven't done amateur radio, imagine all those times that the power goes out and you're maybe somewhere where the cell phones don't work, or you don't want to make cell phone calls to a 8-year-old or whatever that's camping. I have two of these, and I was able to get this one set up and use it with our kids. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the Amazon page here real quick and get that loaded up so we can take a look at it. And I'm going to go ahead and use the standard size antenna here. And I'm going to turn this Baofeng radio on. The user interface on the original Baofeng was really, really bad. They have totally redeemed themselves. It's going to show the voltage when it starts up. There's one of my favorite ham radio repeaters. And then I have my 460 and 720 there. So I can go through different modes. I can go through memory modes. I can go to different channels. I can go into the menu system. Now I'm hitting all these buttons, and you notice it's not doing anything. Well, for my kids, you'll notice I have it on lock. So by having it on lock, the screen turned off right away. But if I was calling from my other radio, it would turn on right away. It's going to have digital squelch. It's going to have tone, CSS tones. It's going to have all of the other cool stuff. But if you hold this button down here, you can lock and unlock it. Also has a bunch of other different features.
For the compensation you deserve.
It's going to have an FM radio built into it. So how's that? Now, I've actually got the display timeout set way too short on this one here. I can change the band over here. Looks like it's going to have different bands. These things can tune way out of band. That's one of the advantages of them. If you did want to listen in, you can absolutely do that. Like I said about the menu system, there's the squelch level. You can just hit down here and go through all of the different menu items, and they're actually written in plain English. It can even actually just speak through what the menu items are. You can see all of the different things. We used a Roger beep with these, so it acts like a walkie-talkie. That worked out really well with the girls. So when we went up to the islands up here in the Northwest by boat, the kids decided to camp on the island, and we wanted a way to communicate with them. Cell phones are very intermittent out there and may or may not last as long. So what I was able to use was this, and we set up a tone so it wouldn't automatically go off right now. So I'm going through all the menus. You can have English, you can have voice. I'm not going to turn the voice on to save you. There's the CD CSS. There's the scanning CT CSS. So you can set all of these different modes in here. DCS receive. So we were using a CTS tone, prompts, all these different things. So you can see all of the different settings here, and then you can set them and go right back to it. So lots of different features. I won't go into how to use a ham radio, but again, holding that button down, holding that button down locks it, which is really good. I do want to show you one feature that this has. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the charging base on here. The one thing I don't like, if I was going to complain about this unit, this is their upgraded Baofeng. It's going to have a light on up there. You can see, I think I turned that on. There's your strobe light. So it's got that. When you put it in the charging base, it is incredibly hard to see that it's charging. In fact, I don't see a change in the light color, which would have been nice. And I don't see a visual indicator, but when I come back to it and I turn it either off or back on, you'll see that the voltage is now 7.7. So it is getting a charge. So it has from here, I'm gonna bring this guy around so you guys can see it a little bit closer. There we go. So from Baofeng, it has this charging base, which is a really cool, nice feature to have. But I'm going to show you one other thing that's very unique and completely sold me on this one. Now, it didn't come with the actual cable, so I'm grabbing ones over here until I find the right one. Of course, when I do need one of those cables, it is nowhere to be found. I'm just trying to see if I left one handy. This has a USB Type-C charging port. So you can pretty much throw the fast charger out. You don't need that anymore. You can plug it in with a USB Type-C connector here, and you can actually keep this thing charged at your desk. So kind of a fun thing to have. For a grid down scenario, this is one thing that will continue to work because they're point-to-point communication devices. They can also work over very long distances by using amateur radio repeaters. Family radio service, this will work with other family radios. So if you've got Motorola's, the little talking walkie-talkies there, you can use it with that. Here we go. Chuck comes in, says, sorry, only caught the end. Taking classes at the junior college, retired. Awesome. Good to see you again, Chuck. We always like it when you're able to make it in. This is the last product of the show. I'm going to go hit the Amazon page real quick and just show you some of the things I really like about this one. Like I said, the USB Type-C port. Looks like I did misplace the the cord that was in here. Let me see. Do I actually have that charging cable? No, I do have the headphones that they include. So they do include a kind of a cheap over-the-ear listening headphone. There's two different antennas. So you're actually going to get a upgraded antenna here. Very easy to use. And it's showing you how to use key 2. You'll see the seek. So you can search and copy frequencies. There's the NOAA weather service. So if you have one of these, again, great in an emergency scenario to be able to get the weather. It's also, again, an FM radio. So I consider this kind of an emergency prep device. And there you go. You can see how flexible that antenna is. It'll fit into anything. And then there's many different ways to charge it. Because they've offered this USB Type-C charging, you don't have to have all your extra cables. You can plug it in your car if you've got a Type-C for your Android or anything else. Plus, you can use it with power banks. It's showing you that here. I'm going to have an amazing power bank on the next show. You guys won't believe it. And it's a really good deal. This is going to be a great item if you're looking for emergency preparedness for the winter. So this would be something that I would highly recommend to go with that. There's just a few of the issues, or sorry, a few of the features that it has and things that are neat. It does have a hands-free mode. So if you really want to have like an intercom system with your kids, you can set it up in that way. So only $29. That is the cost. I think I spent $100 on the battery for my Yaesu handheld. So this is less than the cost of most antennas and microphones for other ham radios, and you're getting a fantastic, reliable, easy to use ham radio. So that was from Baofeng. We're going to take a look at more of these. Maybe I'll bring my other original one in. I don't know if I would honestly buy some of the original Baofengs just because the menu system was a lot harder to use. I love the larger screen on this, the really easy to use menus, and the fact that it comes with a larger antenna, which is something that I would buy anyway as an accessory. So very cool. I want to thank all of the sponsors of today's show that came out. Baofeng is one that I purchased for our kids. We're going to have a lot more cool camping, fun summer tech. I actually sent my girls off to test a bunch of products when we went camping. This was one of the products that they did on that trip. So I'm going to check the Amazon, make sure that I didn't miss anybody, didn't forget to say hi to anybody visiting in. And I will catch you guys in next week's stream. Like I said, we're going to have a bunch of different products, some new stuff. There's a big power bank coming up. And if you're worried about maybe losing power over this winter, or you're looking at the lithium power banks, I did a lithium power bank show before. I did a off-grid setup. This is almost an entire off-grid setup, and it's ready to go. You can just buy it and have one thing that does almost all of what that one did. So great to see you guys all. I will catch you guys all in the next one. See you later.